Mark, 15 seconds until airtime.
Oregon is going to the Final Four.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
This is Duck Insider.
We need to get community. We need this thing to be bigger than just our little circle of players and coaches.
Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Oregon.
With 2 seconds on the clock. He hits it!
That's the bigger picture in this thing, allowing the community to celebrate the hard work, blue-collar mentality this group brings to the table.
And the Ducks have won it. The Ducks have won.
We get to struggle together, and we get to have joy together.
The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
I am so proud right now to be the head coach at Oregon.
Catch made. Touchdown, Oregon.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
Oregon football just coming off the practice field. If you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour, we heard from defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoy today. The Quack Video crew just walked in the room here in the Country Financial Studio. They're getting that up on the Go Ducks YouTube for you. We'll have it on the show coming up. Offensive coordinator WIll Stein. Also, it's athletic director Tuesday. H.J. Cohn will join us. Some updates on enhancements to Autzen Stadium. A lot of fun around Oregon athletics with H.J. Cohn. Cross-country schedule has been released. Our preseason special for Duck football is tonight. Jerry and Jorgie will join us across the Oregon Sports Network. We also will have it on the Go Ducks YouTube and the Oregon football social media channel starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Basically, the greatest hits of fall camp. You'll hear from a number of Oregon football student athletes and coaches, and Jerry and Jorgie's thoughts on the season that is upcoming. But now, because of a dynamic schedule, he's constantly nimble and flexible. Matt Ulmer, the Oregon volleyball head coach, is here to kick off the show live in the 1 o'clock hour.
I've never been called nimble and or flexible in my life.
No.
Until right now.
You stretch before every practice, don't you?
No, I don't.
Should you?
Yes, I should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you used to stretch before every practice? How are you not injured?
I know. I don't know.
Wow.
Lots of prayer. I don't know.
Is that it?
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
It.
So we've decided to have Coach Ulmer come on live at 1 o'clock with the schedule. In all seriousness, thanks for doing this.
Oh, it's the thrill. Thank you.
Yeah, you're the leadoff hitter today. What's the baseball equivalent or the volleyball equivalent of that baseball term?
First server.
First serve?
Yeah.
You got first serve today. Yeah. Are you going to ace it?
You know, I played baseball senior year of high school. I decided to play in the local team.
How'd that work out?
And I was 12th in the batting order that one year.
There were 12.
There were 12.
Why?
Because everybody got a chance to bat, and I was number 12 of 12.
This was in high school?
The only way. Yep.
Wow.
I don't know why. Senior year, I decided I hadn't played since kindergarten, and I decided to try it. The only way I got on base is if I got hit by the ball. That was the only way I got on.
Okay.
But I cheered for my team really well.
I feel like you have a frame of a pitcher. You couldn't pitch?
I don't know. I was really short. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
I grew very late.
You were like sophomore year of college?
This body has never tried to play baseball.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, Waz.
Yeah. No eligibility left.
We can try something out.
No, remember I threw out a first pitch and it was not. I mean, it was a strike.
It was a strike. I thought it was fine.
It was good for batting practice, maybe just to get.
That's what a ceremonial first pitch is.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you did great.
Thank you.
So we have a lot to talk about because the season is officially getting underway with a trip out to Hawaii this week. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's going to be fun. Good scheduling on your part, by the way.
You're coming, right?
I wish.
Okay.
Exhibition this past weekend, and some really cool things, Matt. I want to start with you beyond volleyball. We had Carson Bacon on the show last week talking about the team's efforts to help those that have been affected by the Maui wildfires, and I want to start there. You've got a special group that you get to interact with every day. This was just an amazing turnout from fans, and what an effort that your group spearheaded. How proud are you right now?
Yeah, really proud. I got a text message from our captains, once the wildfires happened, and they said we'd like to do something, and then they came up with the idea of having donations at our exhibition. They got Portland State involved. Portland State, was in on it, which I thought was really cool. I had nothing to do with it. They reached out with our senior admin, spearheaded by Damone, with Rob, and they decided to put everything behind it. Good marketing. Get everybody involved. Our whole lobby area in our offices is full.
Awesome.
And so just to see the outpouring of support is it's what Oregon does, right?
Yeah.
That's why we are we, you know.
That's special.
It is really special, and just really proud of our group and Carson and Elise in particular, you know, for taking point on it, and I was just really proud of our group and thankful for the human beings that they are.
And they both had family that were impacted by this, so you know it hit close to home. And then I understand that you all are actually the couriers of all of this stuff. How's it? How many suitcases?
I have no idea how logistical is this, because I think we're a little overwhelmed by the support
in a good way.
Positive support. Yeah, exactly. So we're figuring it out, but we'll make it happen.
By we, he means Nellie
Director
Schaefer of Operations.
Nellie Schaefer.
Nellie.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And whatever I can do to help, I'm here.
Yeah. How many? Are you a good packer? Like, how many
I feel like
suitcases do you take?
I'm a perfect one.
You're a one.
Yeah.
Like
if
one,
I could do it in
one,
a carry-on, I'm going to.
One carry-on.
Yeah. I'll fold. I'll do whatever I have to do.
So trip to Hawaii before.
It'll be a big one. I'll probably do one big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 big ones. Why not?
No, just
you
one,
could.
probably.
You can fit.
I think
all
we're
of
gonna have enough other things.
Okay.
Yeah, that I probably should limit myself.
Yeah. But I mean, with your allotment of the donations you're transporting, maybe 2 suitcases.
Yeah, but I think maybe boxes.
Boxes are good.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need that.
I mean, what an awesome thing. Thanks, fans, for the turnout.
Yeah.
That was so cool to see. I have to tell you, so my son made it through 20 minutes of the volleyball exhibition, and then it was bedtime.
That's awesome.
So,
what do you think?
He was impressed.
Did he have fun for 20 minutes?
Yeah. He was on Dad's shoulders for like 5 minutes.
How did he sleep? Did we wear him out? Like, was he out after that?
Woke up once in the middle of that night,
okay.
I think, if memory serves. The nights run together. You know this.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
How are you sleeping these days?
Better than my wife. Yeah. But it's, you know, we're 3 months. We have a 3-month-old right
And
now.
you're in season.
And we're in season. It's a great combination.
Are you a coach that sits up at night and, like, thinks about the team, or are you one that can get your sleep, put it away? I don't know. I've never asked you that, I don't think.
I think in another week I will be the one that doesn't sleep much, because then you're watching film all through the night. The hard part in season is, like, if I wake up, then I can't go back to bed. Where normally in life I can go right back to bed, no problem. So now then I'll be up plus baby. It'll be fun. We're going to do this. It'll be great. Yeah, it'll be a great year.
Yeah. So you're middle of the night. You're up film watch.
Yeah,
like
I'll get back on it again.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And then we have the quick turnarounds in season where it's like I can't go to bed until I watch the match.
Yeah.
And break it all down. So then it'll be a really late hour, and then we have to turn around and we'll travel again, or we play, or we have our practice or whatever. Yeah. It's fine. It's part of the job.
Headed out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us about the competition ahead. You're starting out your season.
Yeah, so San Diego, Northwestern, and Hawaii, all 3 of them I think will be tournament teams. San Diego's in the Final Four this past year. There's maybe, I don't know what's a harder place to play, a home team than Hawaii and Hawaii.
Really?
And it'll be sold out crowd, and I mean it's going to be what a great atmosphere. Again, it's part of the reason we did it. We want to go be in front of a great crowd, and we want it to be difficult, and we want to handle that pressure and learn from it. Last time we did this was 2018. So that was like August Rasky's senior year, that group. And we played them twice, and it was an unbelievable atmosphere. 2 great matches for us. We went 2-0, but it was really tough. They played great defense. San Diego returns really dynamic middles. They got a couple transfers that are really going to help them, and they're always a great ball control team. And then Northwestern runs maybe a faster offense than us, which we run it pretty fast. And so that's going to be a real tough test, and they have a really good setter, one of the best out there, and are a very physical blocking team. So it's going to be a trio of different types of opponents. But again, it's what we're looking for, and we're going to know a lot about ourselves quickly, and we're going to know what we do well and what we don't, and where we need to spend our time in practice.
It's a top 15 matchup to open the season against San Diego, ranked number 13. 7:45 on Friday, and then 7:45 on Saturday, Pacific time, by the way, against Northwestern. And then on Sunday, 8 o'clock Pacific time against Hawaii. That's your schedule. Do you like having the successive days, kind of that tournament feeling of Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
We're trying to avoid playing 2 matches in a day.
Yeah.
And it's hard on our bodies.
No doubt.
Not me personally, but the team.
Well, you need to stretch more. We learned that today.
I need to do that more, and probably drink more water too. You know, I could probably add that on there. A lot of Dr. Pepper. So I could do better. At least Ferrer's on me every day about
Coachable moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. It's okay. But we just don't want to play multiple matches in a day, so this allows us to get the 3 matches in that we're traveling for, and to do that. So we'll be tired by the end. We'll be ready to come back.
Well, I thought it was interesting. You say like not playing the double headers, right? Like the 2 in a day, but it is unique that you're even playing in successive days, right? Like normally you'd have that day off at least in between, and that's true all throughout your season. So I imagine the early season is a tough test.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to – it's, again, the fine line. You're trying to get as many matches as you can, quality matches, but then also you have a budget. And you can't just go there and be there for a week to play a couple matches and have days off in between. So we need to kind of get it done with the time that we have. So we spread it out as far as we can, and then so we're just trying to balance that student-athlete experience we're always searching for.
So you got to see your team in action on Saturday in that exhibition to really open up the season. What did you see? Break it down. What did you take away from that after reviewing it?
I think we do a lot of things well already. As far as this time of year, like I thought the rhythm of our offense was really good. I think Hannah looks really healthy and is just doing some really elite things. It's great to get some of our freshmen out there and see how they handled it, and I thought they handled it great. Again, it's a great coaching problem to have out here, but it's a problem that we have so much talent that you can't get them all out there. So just trying to figure out how we keep moving everybody in a forward progression as we go. We blocked a lot of balls. I'm not sure we actually were a good blocking team, but we blocked a lot of balls, so we're pretty physical at the net. I thought we served really well. That was really an exciting takeaway for me.
Nice.
It's something that we're going to need to continue to do throughout.
Remember, that was a real key for you all throughout last season was your serves. That's continuing this year.
Yeah, we had 6 losses last year, and I really think in our 6 losses, we served poorly in all of them.
Wow.
So for us, that is that's something that is a key for us. We have to be a good serving team in order to have success.
All right, so we're going to be watching that all season long.
Yep.
Mimi Collier, Hannah Pukas on the preseason Pac-12 team.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them.
Yeah, they deserve it. They're both All-Americans, and they look every bit of that, at least on Saturday. And, they have big goals for themselves this year, and so that's a nice start.
Competition level, we talked with you a little bit about this last couple times you've been on leading up to the season, but now that it's here, do you still feel like you have that competition with the depth of this team? What's that been like in practice?
It's pretty ruthless right now. So, yeah, I think, on paper, what you're hoping for is what's actually happening in real life. So there's going to be some really great battles, I think, throughout the year.
Cool.
In multiple spots. And I think everybody's level of play just goes up every day, which we just need that to continue. And that's really about maturity and how people are going to handle situations, how they're going to handle, disappointments. If that's playing time, will they just keep pushing to get better? If we do, then we're going to be a really good team by the end of the year. If not, then those will be some of the cracks that will show. And so hopefully our leadership will continue to push us in the right direction.
He's Matt Ulmer, Oregon volleyball head coach. So after the exhibition on Saturday, now it's a few different road trips for you that we'll be talking about with Coach Ulmer here every Tuesday. The next time that Oregon is at home, it's September 22nd against Oregon State on a Friday. So a lot of road trips. And we talked about how you scheduled up to try to have a great postseason type of schedule and a postseason resume. But with that in mind, I know a lot of fans are like, well, it's going to be a while until I see this team. But we have an important update for you. So I just talked with the ticket office this morning. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Coach Ulmer has promised, he said that if you broke the season ticket record for Duck volleyball this year, Coach Ulmer would sing the national anthem on senior night in celebration. And
Did I agree to that?
Yes.
Oh.
And I just want everybody to know, Coach Ulmer's actually a very good singer. We learned this over the years. We've talked about it on the show. And so Coach Ulmer doing his part has really gotten us to where we are right now. The update. It's looking like Coach Ulmer needs to dust off the pipes. 1 away.
Ooh.
One more ticket. One more ticket.
Hey.
Yeah. One more season ticket. One more season ticket, and Coach Ulmer's team breaks the record.
Let's make it you.
Year.
Okay. Break it.
Yeah. So are you ready? Have you
One
been
away?
Rehearsing? I know last week you said that you were.
By the way, thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We're right there. Come on.
Way to go, fans.
One more.
But, so yeah, like you're one more away.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah, that just got real. Okay. I'll keep practicing.
Did you continue?
I want to do it well.
Last week?
I don't want to. I want to be okay for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's in the rotation.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think maybe more like shower time and then maybe the car ride to and from work.
Right.
Might have to put
good acoustics in the car.
I think it helps.
Yeah. Good
yeah.
acoustics.
I might have to record myself a few times.
Yeah.
Can I send it to you for proof?
Sure.
Maybe what you'd like to see a little different.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Maybe we'll air like a.
He's got a good ear, right?
Maybe we'll air like a 3-second clip on the show.
Oh.
Just
then
like
maybe I won't send you. Yeah. Never mind. After the trust is gone. Oh.
See,
shoot.
He's actually good. So the people that are here in the studio today have heard your singing voice for various reasons. Just, Brandon, everybody, for example, he actually is very good, right? Very good. Yeah. The review is talented.
I'll pay you later.
Talented.
Thank you.
Yeah. So fans, in all seriousness, thanks for your
away.
support
Come on.
for Oregon volleyball.
Who's going to do it?
I
want to know who's going to break it.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. It's looking good.
One to tie or one to break? One to tie?
One to break.
One to break.
We're one away.
We're tied right now?
Yeah.
We're on the number.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I want to say, too, I think it's such a cool thing. On behalf of Oregon volleyball fans, it's been so cool to watch this program do such great things, and that's why these season tickets are getting sold. And you guys have a fun time at Matthew Knight Arena, which is great.
And we're going to be really excited to come back and play. And, again, this is a great team. And so whoever's going to get that ticket. And, if more people want to, not just the one, that's okay too.
Right.
But it should be a fun year at Matthew Knight Arena, and we hope you're there supporting them.
I never asked, did you want to hold something like while you do these interviews? We got the Oregon volleyball branded mini volleyball for the desk.
Why am I doing something with my hands?
Yeah.
Oh.
You were fidgeting.
Oh.
As soon as we brought up the singing on senior night, you started fidgeting.
There we go. I'll do better. Remember my first interview when I swayed?
Yeah. You've gotten so much better.
I feel like I don't sway much now.
You don't. You're very tree-like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a compliment.
Tall.
Without a breeze.
Green.
And tall.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Anything else fans should know before you hit the road, and safe travels?
Follow us. Watch online. On TV. We'll have some Pac-12 matches. I know in a couple weeks at Stanford. So please watch those. And we still feel your comments and your support from afar. So again, I know we would like to be home, and we're sorry we can't be, but we're gonna be really excited to be back. And so make sure you're following us and you're ready to go. I can't wait for that first Chalk Talk when we're back. Can't wait to hear all the questions. Let's get on it.
Duck volleyball head coach Matt Ulmer. Hey, thanks again for the flexibility to come on live with us today. And hey, it's always good to see you.
One away.
Safe travels.
One away.
Yeah, one away.
I'll practice.
Please do.
Thanks.
You don't need to, though. I know you don't.
Effortless.
You've nailed this.
Thanks.
Way to go, fans. Thanks for letting us have some fun.
Yep.
You're making this happen, and I am so happy.
You are.
It's going to be great.
I'm nervous.
It's going to be phenomenal. When we come back, offensive coordinator WIll Stein. Also, we've got H.J. Cohn. I don't know if either of them are good singers. We're going to find out on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Say, can you...
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Just heard from Oregon volleyball head coach Matt Ulmer. One away. Still one away from that ticket record. Awesome. Thanks, fans, for supporting Oregon volleyball. They're going to have a good team this year. Speaking of good teams, I think WIll Stein likes what he's seeing from the Duck offense. The Oregon offensive coordinator met with the media, got some updates on his thoughts on fall camp thus far.
Confident? How ready do you feel that you guys are ready for a game in 10, 12 days?
I feel good. I think we've had a really good fall camp. Guys have really grasped, the identity of our offense, which starts with running the football, being physical up front. And then guys have been making plays. It's been really exciting to see, our one group, 1A, 1B group going out there and playing and doing it how we want it to be done.
What were your biggest takeaways from the offense in the 2 scrimmages you've had?
Yeah, I think you just want to see growth each time and guys improving. And our big thing is DBO, don't beat ourselves. And what does that look like? That looks like pre-snap, just getting a line correctly, seeing the formation, false starts, stuff that we can control, we have to control. So I think from the start of fall camp to now, we're in a much better place. And, over these next 2 weeks, it's just about sharpening our craft and really zoning in on what we're going to do offensively in the game, which it really comes down to running our stuff, dressing up a million different ways, and just going out and let the kids play free.
One thing Coach has talked about a lot is tempo for you guys, tempo of operation, but then just tempo of play too. How'd you describe kind of the evolution the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we have a variety of different tempos in our offense, so we like to mix and match those. But just like anything, offense takes time, and it's always, about literally the things that we can control, which is getting set, seeing the signal, and going and executing our assignments. And like you guys know, when one guy messes up on offense, it tends to ruin an entire play. Whereas, not to say that defense is the same way, but one guy can get in a gap he wasn't supposed to and make a TFL. So offense is all about unity, guys working together, and really proud of our group, the way that we've grown.
Talking about the best OC in the nation right here.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, this guy. Guys make it hard on us. Really good defensive coaches. But, I'm really proud of where we're at. We're not where we need to be just yet, but I think we're trending that direction.
Do you have a goal in mind for the amount of plays that you want to get off on a per game basis, or does it kind of depend week to week?
Yeah, I mean, the clock rules have changed, right? Like now it's more NFL style until 2 minutes are left. So I would imagine college football, there's going to be less plays. Honestly, I was kind of wondering that the other day. Will there be less points scored because of the clock rules? Like on first downs, the clock's going to keep rolling, so it'll be interesting to see where we're at. I mean, you always like to get in the 80 range, but that's, that we'll see how that goes.
Do those clock rules impact your coaching style at all, or kind of how you, go about the game?
Not really. We just have to educate our kids on what is happening and how the clock isn't stopping on first downs, and when the clock rules change or go back to what we're used to is inside 2 minutes, right, in the into the first half and second half. So it shouldn't affect too much. I just think the games are going to be shorter.
Are there other fundamental numbers you look at, whether it's yards per play or points per possession, that you think really are illustrative of success?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're, able to score on every possession, whether that's obviously we want to score touchdowns, but we want to come away with points on every possession and just maximize those possessions as much as we can. But we have goals. I mean, ultimately the goals I look at are explosive plays on offense and broken tackles. And also winning the turnover margin. I think those are the key. All the other stuff is really good. I mean, I think some of it's, maybe overthought. Obviously winning's the best, but to me, being a great offense is about winning the explosive play battle, stopping explosives on defense, breaking tackles on offense, and then turnovers, right? That's going to kill you.
What's your most important measures for success at quarterback? Some guys are efficiency. Other guys talk about QBR. Other coaches don't even know what QBR is. What are some of the completion percentage? What are the things that stand out most?
Yeah, I mean, a goal for our unit would be a 70% completion passer. That's usually upper echelon of college football, and it can be done. Bo did it last year. Yards, I mean, that just all depends on the game. You know, I think that can be overblown, but definitely completion percentage is huge. And then obviously touchdown to interception ratio is a really good stat to look at. But ultimately, are we moving the ball? Are we being efficient offensively? And are we scoring points?
What's the competition behind Bo been? Ty's been here longer. Does he have the upper hand because of that? Just kind of give us a sense of that.
Yeah, I think it's been really good. It's been really healthy. That room pushes each other. Ty's obviously experienced in this offense, in this conference. He's seen a lot of ball. He's extremely intelligent. He's taken major strides this fall to put himself in a good position to be, you know, the next man up. But Autzen Novosad has definitely pushed him. And from where Autzen got here in the spring, you know, newcomer to college football, the speed of the game's different. The verbiage is different to where he is now. He's leaps and bounds improved from day one of spring ball. I'm really happy about his progress, and you know, can't wait to see what happens.
How solidified do you feel the offensive line is, assuming everyone's healthy once you get to game week Saturday? How solidified do you feel the 5 are at this point?
I think we can roll 8 deep. I really do. And as you guys know, like early in the year, temperatures are up, so big boys sweat. Big boys get a little tired out there. So the only way to really get into shape is to play real football. Like, we can scrimmage all we want, we can practice all we want, but until we put the pads on, go in Autzen Stadium on the turf with that type of energy is when you really know what you're made of up front. But I feel good about our depth. You know, a lot of guys have played, and there's been some newcomers come on that we're excited about.
What about receiver? Do you and Junior have a set number of guys you kind of want to rotate, or does that vary by week?
You know, it varies. Every team I've been on has played, 5, maybe 6 guys. Just depends. You know, you have your nucleus of dudes that are going to play the majority of the snaps, but I mean, kind of common sense overrides all rules. A guy runs a go ball and is 40 yards down the field, you probably see somebody sub in for a play or two until that kid gets a drink of water and goes back in. So, you like to be able to feel confident that other guys are able to go in and execute. And I think we have a deep room, deeper than what people think in there, with more experience than what you would think with additions of Garrett Bryant and Trayshawn Holden, who have played a ton of football.
With their additions in particular, we haven't asked a lot about Chris Hudson this camp. He was a returning guy, he was a productive guy. What does that competition at Z look like, and how do you go about the turn? Is it, to you, for receivers, is it best 3 regardless, or do you want best X, best Z, best slot?
We always want to try to put our best players on the field and manipulate personnels and formations to get them in a good spot. But like I said, I think that is a deep room, and Chris has a ton of experience. He's made a lot of big plays. He's played in this conference for a while, and he's a pretty sure-handed kid that when he knows what to do, he can go play fast and provide quality for that room.
Jurion missed spring ball. How just his development through the start of fall camp till now? Where's he at right now for you guys?
Jurion's had a really good last few weeks. He made some plays in the scrimmage the other day. That was good to see. And again, it's just about when you go from high school to college, I don't care how talented you are, there's a jump. You go from you being the grown man on the field, and now there's literally grown men, 22 and 23-year-old men out there. It's not young guys, right? So the game hasn't totally slowed down for him yet. But what I love about Jurion is he shows up, he takes notes, he sits up front, he meets extra with our coaches. He's willing to learn, willing to put in the time, and I think the sky's the limit for that kid. I really do. I mean, what is his role going to be initially? That's time will tell, but there's a long season ahead, and just excited about him and his development.
Offensive coordinator WIll Stein, brought to you by Willamette Valley Cancer Institute and Research Center. Fight like a duck with exceptional cancer care close to home. When we return, H.J. Cohn, Senior Associate Athletic Director, joining us. Some enhancements to Autzen Stadium to tell you about on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Yesterday, we actually sat down with Senior Associate Athletic Director H.J. Cohn. He was kind enough to take some time out of his busy schedule, truthfully, busy schedule, to sit down and talk with us about a number of different topics. Our chat with H.J. Cohn. It's Athletic Director Tuesday. H.J. Cohn is here. We're talking on Athletic Director Monday, airing on a Tuesday, because H is a busy guy. He's got meetings all day tomorrow. What's up, man?
How are you?
I'm great. You know, I got to tell you, you have a excellent look to you right now with the pen in the shirt. Those of you that can see H.J., like, look, he is always ready. Not the pen in the pocket. No. There's no pocket on that shirt, and so he just puts it right in above that button on the Nike Polo. That is athletic director level stuff right there.
So I went down to California 10 years ago. And called on an alum and supporter, and first time I'd ever met him in person. And so we went and got lunch, and he said, hey, I really appreciate you coming this far, because it was kind of off the main drag. And he goes, give me a pen, I'll give you a check as a thank you for coming. And I go, a pen? We're having lunch. He goes, you're in fundraising, right? I said, yes. He goes, you should always have a pen on you. I've had a pen ever since. I sleep with it.
I didn't know that this was going to go here, but...
Yeah, this is not queued up, by the way. I didn't tell him the story.
No.
Literally, you just looking at how I dress, apparently, and it led one thing to another.
The pen just stuck out. You know, black pen on the white polo. Bold, by the way. Hope that pen doesn't break.
I know.
But I was just impressed with you always have a pen. You're always ready to take notes. I have to tell you,
I got my guy, Pooh. He's always helping out.
Yeah.
He's a helper.
Pooh's the man. I actually always have a pen also. This is true. This was given to me as, like, you know, you have, like, stocking stuffers. And my wife is always finding, honestly, great stocking stuffers. Well, this is a telescoping pen. It's like a space pen.
Wow.
So it attaches to your key ring, and then it's like a telescope. It expands out, and I've always got a pen.
There you go.
Yeah. So if you ever need, if that pen ever breaks, you come find me.
You don't tell the kid that comes up and wants the autograph, you know, hey, sorry, I can't help you if you don't have a pen. You always have a pen.
I've never been asked for an autograph, but yes.
We'll change that this season.
No, we don't need to.
Oh, come on. Influencer.
No, that's you. That's you. Fundraising, always with a pen. You never know. You never know what you're going to talk about when HJ comes on the show. What'd you do all summer?
Oh, what did we do? We, doing what we always enjoy doing in Oregon, and that's trying to be here. And, as we know, and obviously not fun times right now with the fire season going along, and certainly wish everyone's health and safety when it comes to that. But we tried being here as much as we could. And I have family from Wisconsin and Minnesota, and every other year we switch off. So
cool.
They came out to Oregon this year, and we decided to do the reunion in Eugene.
Nice.
And 23 of us, and needless to say, it was good, but we were tired when it was all said and done.
Sure.
But it was fun seeing everyone. A lot of visiting.
Good.
Just a lot of visiting.
Yeah. Good. All right, football season is here.
Yep.
We're
thought
days
about
away.
that all summer too.
Did you?
Yeah.
How could you not?
Yeah.
You know?
There's some things that happen.
Yeah. So football season. What do you have for us? Let's start with tickets. Any updates that fans should know on tickets?
Yeah, going very well. Obviously, I don't think it's any secret. Exciting news to be joining the Big Ten a year from now. That being said, we are excited about Pac-12 football this year and all of our sports. But with that announcement, spurred an uptick in demand and excitement. Some people you could argue saying, hey, it might be the last time I get to see one of these schools for a little bit. Not all of them. Obviously, we know there's 3 other schools from the current Pac-9 or Pac-12 going to the Big Ten. That rivalry with Washington, playing in L.A. or hosting one of the L.A. schools. Our intentions, our hope to continue the Oregon State series. So still going to be able to hold on to some of that history and tradition. But with that, we saw an uptick in ticket sales. Not only seasons, but we're really close on 4 of our home football games to being sold out.
Cool.
And this far out, that's pretty rare for us. We've definitely had more season tickets this year than we have in a number of years, so we're tracking that.
Cool.
But our hope is to get those 4, and we're really trying to pump those ones pretty hard and get those sold out. Being that we're seeing those tickets come up every day and less, the meter keeps going down till the sellout, which is great. So we're getting close on that. I would encourage people, if you are thinking about going to a game, if you have that one circled. I have a longtime friend of mine. He's a good duck, and he comes to one game a year. And he called me. He's like, "Hey, I know it's a ways out, but USC looking for about 8 tickets." And I was like, "Buddy, you're not early.
No.
You're late on this one. But let's try getting you to Colorado."
Good.
So
is he coming to Colorado?
He's coming to Colorado.
Nice.
So yeah, we're seeing some really good energy, and that's not only a testament to any conference realignment. I think the excitement from our program that's been built up over the off season. I think I saw something in you and Mosley do your show every day, especially in fall camp, and there just seems to be a buzz not only around our community but around the state. A lot of that is attested to Coach Lanning and the energy he exudes. So I think for the most part, we're seeing a lot of excitement around it, and certainly it's showing in ticket sales, which, as all of us know, when it's a full and rockin' Autzen Stadium, it's a fun day.
That's what it's all about. I actually had a comment on the show today that was basically like, I've built up so much energy and some positive, some negative. I'm just ready to shout. And I thought, boy, that's a great way to just take it all out, just wait for that fourth quarter to come. But yeah, that's what it's all about. So that's awesome. So I guess if you're watching this segment, listening to this segment, and you need to decide which game to go to, you got to make a decision soon.
I mean, if you do want USC, you buy season tickets. That was a benefit to being a season ticket holder or donor this year, was you got to be able to purchase SC tickets, additional SC tickets outside of your season ticket allotment for those that wanted them. And Portland State, our home opener, we always see a little uptick.
Yeah.
Hawaii is really getting a lot of excitement around it, building around it. We partnered with the Mariota and Motivate Foundation. We also are in the works of doing some things to raise some money and support for the Hawaii Community Foundation. I think Oregon Volleyball gathered supplies, and they're going to take it over there when they play.
Yeah, how about that? They are your shipping company.
Yeah.
They're taking it with them. So shout out to all the fans that donated at the exhibition on Saturday.
Doubt.
That was awesome to see.
That was awesome, and we're still trying to finalize a few things that we're going to be rolling out here, hopefully this week or next, of other ways that fans can support. There's the concert that's been publicized prior to the wildfires over there on that Friday night before at the Cuthbert. There's going to be a great weekend. Not only that, but some, like I said, some activities that we're talking about with those artists potentially engaging a little bit. And you got obviously the football game, the that weekend.
Yeah.
There's just a lot happening, which will be really fun. So that game is seeing an uptick and excitement around it as well.
Yeah, it's a big weekend, that Hawaii weekend coming up, and it's amazing that that's a month away. That's what we're talking about now. It comes at you quick. H.J. Cohn joining us. You talked about the Hawaii connection. So here's the hardest hitting question that I'm going to bring up all day for you, okay? You ready for this? I've had multiple fans be like, hey, you got to wear the Ohana jerseys or some iteration of the Ohana jerseys for the Hawaii game, right? And I just said, look, that's up to the equipment guys and the team. Like, I can at least just say that there's been interest expressed. So here's what I'm going to say, and HJ, you just run with this if you want to, or you can just not say anything if you want to, in which case I'll ask you another question. There are a lot of things that the University of Oregon is working on in connection to that Hawaii game. This is going to be a really fun game for the entire community. It is a lot bigger than just a football game, and that's cool.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I mean, from a cultural standpoint, just welcoming our guests from Hawaii, and we have a multi-year series with them, and so their approach to with us initially was, not just thinking about one singular game, but what is it building up to the game and the excitement around it, the concert, like I said, and partnering with Cuthbert putting on that, and there's an event group there. So there's a lot of different things that is building up, and then in-game stuff is going to look, relatively normal, if you will, on a game day operation, but there's some things in there that we want to do in terms of their culture and honoring that, which we're excited about, and football and our department has embraced that.
Looking forward to it. All right, the biggest question that I've been getting asked after the press conference about the Big Ten, we'll get to the Big Ten in a moment, but everyone always wants to know if there's going to be any Autzen upgrades, So that means that now I get to ask you. There have been, I should say, some Autzen enhancements, and I wanted to cover those with you today.
Yeah, we're always going to be looking at that, right? At any facility that we can continue to improve in-game experience. There's obviously the outcomes of a game, right? Wins, loss, how does it go? But how do you create an experience for the fan coming in, whether it's their first game ever or 42nd season as a season ticket holder?
Yeah.
Whatever that may look like, we still have to approach it and make sure we're always and constantly monitoring and updating and improving, if you will. So this offseason, we did add a video board in the Mashofsky Center, which we just got on board, a couple weeks ago, where the project is completed. That'll be used on game day. Everyone knows about the Mo Center on game day being a big tailgate area. So that'll be implemented and rolled out this season with the ability to create that experience in there pregame. The charter box on the north side of Autzen Stadium also received an update, kind of a facelift with new chairs, new flooring, new colors. So that was really needed. That had been an area that had been hanging around for a while.
Yeah.
And a great spot to watch games indoor, but you still have the windows open. So that improvement and enhancement that we did up there to not only the charter box but the north side suites was really well received by those season ticket holders and supporters. I think we have 16 season tickets left in the charter box. So those,
that's it.
Yeah, they went pretty quick as well once that word kind of got out. And then the fun stuff, the concessions, the food, right? You and me are foodies, where I see it I look at it and what John Sargent's team is doing and trying to be creative and add more value and specials, if you will. So there's little things throughout, but some of the bigger ones in that.
Good updates from H.J. Cohn, and more on food, the important stuff, when we come back. Back with H.J. Cohn next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Don't miss out on summer at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's the perfect time to squeeze out the last of summer with an exciting new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Into the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Part 2 of our conversation, sticking with the food subject. Senior Associate Athletic Director H.J. Cohn with us. The video board in the Michovsky Center, it's going to be awesome on game day, but I got to tell you, it's been cool for me being in practice when the Ducks have been in the Mo. They're using it for live situational stuff, and so they can do different practice enhancements even with that video board. It's not just like film review after practice. Sometimes it can even be during practice, which has been kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah, it's definitely not a 7-day use only throughout the year, right? On Saturdays for the Mo Center First tailgating, it's utilized now all the time, particularly by football, and if we do any events in there. But for the most part, football, we're able to implement a technology where they can break down film pretty quickly and put it up on the screen. And if you remember Coach Lanning's press conference, I think he even said his initial press conference was how he truly is a teacher by trade, and he wants to teach, and this is his way of teaching as a visual versus always just telling and following up after play. So especially when you think about younger kids and learning and how they process, visual can certainly be a benefit in this case. So they're utilizing it. We're going to utilize it on game days, events. It's really going to be a nice addition for us.
I do want to ask you about the news going to the Big Ten. It's so interesting because I think if you've been listening to this show, you've been watching and following along, I think everybody has gotten the theme, at least from me, and I think we all feel similar, H. I go back to what President Schultz said during the press conference, that you can express multiple emotions at the same time. That's how I feel about this. For Oregon, I'm very excited because you can just see the trajectory, particularly in college football, that it's the SEC and the Big Ten. That's not a secret. But then at the same time, I grew up watching the Pac-12. I grew up watching the Pac-10.
You grew up watching the Pac-8, didn't you?
I wish. No, I didn't see the Pac-8.
Oh.
Yeah. You did.
I had your age wrong.
Yeah. Old soul. Old soul. We know. But you bring up a great point, I think, with that, too. There is so much history, and I think you and I both have an appreciation, and I am sad that the Pac won't exist the way that it has. It's a different West Coast. It's a different sport now. It's sports landscape. I don't know. Just open floor for you, H. I think fans love your perspective.
I think you capture it really well, right? There's a lot of history that stems from the Pac-8, Pac-10, Pac-12. And it feels like a while ago, but wasn't that long ago where we were the Pac-10 and then brought in Colorado and Utah, and so change is constantly happening, right? I think there's a couple things when you look at and talking about football in this case specifically, when you look at where it's gone in the last 10 to 15 years, we've certainly enjoyed some incredible success. And when you factor in our brand, and even last week with a billboard going up in New York City again. Yeah. We are always thinking long term and where do we put ourselves and position ourselves to be best successful. Our mission here is to create an exceptional student athlete experience. I understand, and I'm not oblivious to the fact that the travel, and I can promise you we're not playing Rutgers every weekend in every sport on Saturdays. It's just not the way it's going to work. But there are ways to mitigate that and be efficient with your travel, and the current Big Ten schools are interested in that as well, right? They have a benefit of figuring out as a conference, how do we make the most sense out of travel? 10 of our 20 sports are really non-impact in the sense of traveling. So you got men's and women's golf. Well, they're already going to play in their traditional terms. They don't play a conference schedule.
Right.
You got indoor, outdoor, cross country, men's and women's. That's 6. They are going to play in their or participate in their meets. That's not per se a conference schedule like a basketball or baseball or softball. Mm-hmm. So. And the other ones. And a lot of this helps because of the resources that we are able to generate to provide charters for the likes of men's and women's basketball. Now, granted, are there going to be some challenges that come up? Absolutely. But for the betterment of not only the athletic department, but the institution as a whole and where we are going, I think it was the right move. And kudos to our athletic director and President Schultz for navigating a sensitive process. A process that happened relatively quickly and a lot of moving parts, especially with a lot of outside noise and what's true, what's not true. But I think one thing that stuck out to me is I know with our leadership and like I said to Rob, of doing it the right way. And he's in a tough position most days just being athletic director, right? Yeah. But he's got a hard job, but he's successful at it because he is always factors in integrity and ethics, and he did that throughout this whole process. Like I said, a hard situation to be in, but he had a job and a role to do to focus on what was the best for our student athletes, our staff, our department, and then ultimately the institution, and us being a face of the institution that we welcome, and putting ourselves in position to compete at that high level that, by the way, our fans have come to enjoy internally as well. We do too. I mean, our bar here, as you guys know, is excellent. Like, we're not going to be average at any sport. We want to be excellent in the classroom, i.e. why we built the Jaquez Center. We want to be excellent in our facilities. We want to be excellent in our on-field competition. In order to do that, you have to have resources. And that's part of the game these days. And so I do think, like you said, in brief and wrapping it up, yes, are we sad to I guess not be able to create some of that history that came from the PAC in the past? Yes. But I am super excited about the future and what it's going to allow the University of Oregon to do.
Yeah, me too. I love that you said about the sensitive subject too, because that's something that I can try to convey on the show, just being here in these walls. But at the end of the day, that is a tough job, and there is a lot of sensitivity. And I Rob actually said this in an internal staff meeting, and I love that he said it, that nothing moves the needle more than conference realignment. And now there's been a couple cycles of that where fans are so interested, and there is a lot going on and a lot that goes into this. And I don't know, I will just say this, I'm going to enjoy this last season of the PAC, and I'm also really excited to get to go to some new venues and be a part of what is big-time college athletics.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
No, I mean, listen, the other aspect of this is not to be thinking way further out, but when you look at the 2024 football season, right?
Right.
Host Boise State, host Texas Tech, and then who knows?
Right.
I don't know if Michigan's coming, Penn State, Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know
but
yet.
those are certainly some exciting teams to watch from a historical standpoint, and what the traditions they have. Again, West Coast moving away from that a little bit. We still get to keep Washington. We got the LA schools. Hopefully we continue our partnership with Oregon State. That's certainly our intentions. But a little different taste a little bit as well, and where you're aligning yourselves not only athletically but academically with those schools is what we're all really excited about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Okay, well, we'll be able to talk more about that, and I'm sure next year when more things settle down, because a lot of fans have asked, you alluded to the travel meeting, a lot of fans have asked me about that, a lot of people have asked me about those sorts of different things, and look, it's still the early stages. There's still a season to be played before a lot of that stuff gets figured out.
And I mean that. We are the Pac-12 this year, and we're going to do it the right way with respect and enjoy that, because it is something special.
Yeah, he's H.J. Cohn. I want to talk a little bit about golf. The Jake, check in on the new facility. You talk about facilities. There's a new one coming soon.
Yeah, I think we're less than 2 months from our quote-unquote grand opening or soft opening.
Nice.
The student athletes will obviously get in there this fall, but really excited about that. We've had wonderful partners all the way from Emerald Valley and the family that owns that, Jeff Gaskell being our contractor and really expediting this process. And then the donor support has been amazing to see. So we're really excited about that. I know our student athletes are really excited to come back and be able to go into that building and have a home, especially in the game of golf. As you can imagine, just the grind it takes to keep practicing the same shot over and over. And now to have the technology around it and to be able to do it 365 days a year if they'd like, is coming on board in, like I said, about a month and a half, 2 months. And so we're really looking forward to that.
Anything else fans should know? What did we miss today?
No, I mean, obviously you talk about it on the daily, but you got volleyball around the corner, you got soccer going, you got football coming up, golf, all sports are starting.
Cross country's close.
Cross country's here. So just exciting. I mean, it's that kind of time of year where the summer turns to fall and you get that feeling on Saturdays and kind of sets the tone for the week. So we're really excited about kicking off the school year, welcoming the campus back. Eugene changes a little bit when you bring all the students back. So overall, we're really excited. Our students who are claiming tickets through the Duck Sports Pass are really trending well also. So to see their level of excitement and the energy that they bring into venues sets the tone for the entire venue, all fans alike. So getting them excited and having their support is critical, and we're seeing it. So all that being said, excited for fall sports to be here.
Thanks, buddy. He's H.J. Cohn,
Thank you.
Senior Associate Athletic Director. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And always got a pen.
Always got a pen. Have a pen on you.
Always have to have a pen if you're in fundraising. H.J. Cohn, Senior Associate Athletic Director, kind enough to join us. When we come back, we've got a cross-country schedule for you, and our preseason Oregon football special is tonight. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you. on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by your local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey, Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. I'm Joey Mack here in the Country Financial Studio. Jerry and Jorgie will join us tonight for the preseason special across the Oregon football social media channels. You can watch the show and tune in via the Oregon Sports Network. We'll have some more updates on Duck football fall camp, some of Jerry and Jorgie's thoughts heading into the year. Also, cross-country schedule announced last night. Team will host the Bill Dellinger Invitational on September 22nd. As part of the 2023 schedule. Begins on Friday in McMinnville, Oregon, the Linfield Harrier Classic. Then the cross-country 23 pre-nationals in Charlottesville in October. Pac-12 championships October 27th. And then the NCAA championships will be in Charlottesville, Virginia this year on November 18th after the NCAA West Regionals in Sacramento on November 10th. More details on GoDucks.com. Cross-country is here. It's the last fall sport to announce the schedule, and now, here we go. September 1st, cross-country season begins. Tonight, preseason special. Tomorrow, back with you for Duck Insider. We'll hear from Coach Lanning. See you then.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now his